Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shelf Help, your local game store podcast right here at Common Ground Games, located in beautiful Dallas, Texas. It is Grant again, back at it with Jameson. Jameson, hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back. How are you this week?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good. Thank you all so much for understanding. We took a little bit of a break from the podcast last week so we could focus on Extra Life. Huge shout out to everyone who donated, came by, participated in some of our events. Thanks to all of you in our wonderful community, we have been able to raise over $6,000 for Extra Life in the Children's Miracle Network.
Which I think is one of our highest one weekend totals for Extra Life in the 10 years or something that we've been doing this.
Yeah, which is totally insane. You know, you really don't think about the grand total really when you're in the thick of it like we are, and then you see that big final number and you go, oh wow, that's what all of our work really went towards. So huge shout out to all of our staff members here at Common Ground Games. Shout out to our volunteers, our DMs. Huge shout out to Trouty who really spearheads our entire extra life not so reject rare draft.
Yeah, he didn't have as much time this year, and so he was making those packs right up until the morning of the event.
Yeah, I remember I was like, Trouty, here, let me help you. And then I'm not the best organizer when it comes to TCGs, and after a while I was like, I'm so sorry, Trouty, I will not help you ever again. But he was very awesome and kind and cool with it. But yeah, huge shout out to all of y'all. Be sure to come by next year for our Extra Life event, and also please come by to some of our other events we'll be talking about today, because no matter if it's for charity or your own joy, there's always something new going around at Common Ground Games. Like upcoming, not this weekend, but the following weekend, we have the next pre-release for Magic the Gathering Secrets of Strixhaven.
Yes, we're finally going back to the Strixhaven school. This will be the second Strixhaven set, and it looks like they've just dove further into the themes of the previous set with the 5 colleges, but they're really bringing their A game with this set. Some of the cards are ridiculous. They are kind of actually reprinting alpha cards that are on the reserve list by making them spells that the creatures themselves cast.
Ooh, super fun.
Yeah, there's a new mechanic called Prepare, where once a creature is prepared, you can cast the spell that they have on their card as well, and it includes things like Ancestral Recall and Swords to Plowshares and stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, we're going to get more into Strixhaven a little bit later on in the show. Jameson, do you want to talk about our highlighted games of the week?
Sure. We have 2 really fun things this week. First off, we have a dual version of Yokohama, aptly called Yokohama Duel.
Ooh.
I was shown this at Alliance last year, the Alliance game show last year, and it's really just a nice 2-player version of the game. It uses a lot of the same elements, but adapts that a lot of the strategy for 2 players. It's still a worker placement game, but you're trying to collect certain things and make sure that basically you're the best boss in town.
Oh, wonderful. We love being the best boss in town. I'm sitting next to the best boss in town right here, and I'm not just saying that because he pays me.
I think you are maybe a little.
Maybe a little bit, but hey, if the most greasy wheel gets the oil, as they say.
Yep. The other one is we have a nice early release, Horloge, which was a big hit at BGG Fall, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. The Horloge is the astronomical clock in ancient Prague.
Ooh.
And this game is a worker placement game where you are trying to add on your mystical calendar to the horloge clock, and so you're going out and trying to get the pieces, hiring assistants and having them help with it. It's a bit more of a crunchy game, but it's another game from Devere where you look at the box and you go, this can't be possibly that big of a deal, and you open the box and realize there's no air in the box. It is stuffed to the gills with wood and cardboard and everything, and it's pretty amazing what they managed to pack in these boxes.
A box stuffed to the brim full of stuff is kind of my favorite genre of game, and plus worker placement, you're gonna have to sign me up for this one.
Yeah, it's a very popular one, and like I said, we have it here a little early since we got it direct from Devere themselves.
Wonderful. So yeah, go ahead and check out those games over on our new game shelf as soon as you walk through our front doors here at the shop. Coming up tomorrow, some good highlighted events for all of you. Our Riftbound Summoner Skirmish and the Gundan Newtype Challenge will be on the 11th this Saturday, tomorrow, whenever you are listening to this.
Those are both really good events that if you play either of those games, you can get some unique art cards for the game. And for both of them, I know those cards are very popular right now.
Absolutely. So here's the thing, Jameson. I'm not the biggest Magic guy, so let's go ahead and talk about Secrets of Strixhaven, because I don't know much about Strixhaven or the world of that we are returning to. So maybe give me a little bit of info and some people who might be listening who aren't as knowledgeable on Magic or maybe just getting into it. Strixhaven, why are we returning? What is the big hype that you were talking about earlier, and what details can you give us about what's going to be happening soon?
So Magic the Gathering is a game of multiversal worlds called planes, and the Strixhaven College is on a world called Arcavios, surprisingly enough. And the current storyline of Magic, there's lots of weird things happening throughout the multiverse, and little things as Jace, who used to be the big hero, is kind of become deranged and wants to reset the universe. And some of the students at Strixhaven kind of get caught up in this. They were on Lorwyn, now they're back home on Strixhaven, and they're getting caught up in more of the story. And Chandra ends up there trying to stop a particular thing, but I think from the basic point is that she's only making it worse.
Oh boy.
Because that's kind of what she does sometimes. But the set itself is just clever as hell. They brought back the Mystical Archive, which are bonus cards that are reprints of older cards. And then once again, they are also doing them in both an English art and an Japanese art version of them. And those Japanese art cards are so slick looking. They are just beautiful. And the English ones too, if you saw the last set, that it's that same style, the very geometric looking art, but it's so cool and so clever on some of the cards. And so those also tend to make draft and sealed a lot of fun, which is great since pre-release is sealed.
Yeah, and absolutely. And you can feel whenever there's something from the proper like Magic universe as opposed to the Universes Beyond sets, which don't get me wrong, we love the Universes Beyond sets, but whenever we live within the world of Magic, you can just tell the electricity around the shop is a little bit higher, there's a little bit more energy. So I'm even super excited because even now we only got one commander pre-con deck for TMNT, but we're getting 5 this time around.
Yeah.
One for each college in Strixhaven, correct?
Yep. And the pre-releases for the regular Magic sets too, if you haven't signed up, you need to. They tend to sell out, especially our special events on Friday and Saturday night, which this time is the Fire Jolt Cafe, which is an actual cafe from the story of Strixhaven.
Wow, what a coinky dink. But yeah, shout out to Ailey for their work on all of our specialty pre-releases. If you come by and enjoy any of our foods or drinks, they super spearhead that. You can usually see them in their wonderful cosplay. So be sure to come by and say thank you if you get one of those tickets to the Fire Jolt Cafe. I highly recommend it because I mean, while I'm not a Magic player myself, I played in pre-releases and in between rounds. I'm like, gosh, I'm hungry, or man, I could really use a snack. And oh, hey, look, there's cupcakes, there's muffins, there's lemonade, there's other drinks and food and stuff. So
yeah,
our Magic pre-releases are definitely something for you to check out and for you to come by. And spots are filling up fairly quickly for this one as well.
Yeah, and again, since there's the 5 colleges, the pre-release is actually, each pre-release is divided up into, they made the pre-release packs where they you can choose from one of 5 different colleges, and one of your 6 packs in there is a special thing that has cards only from that particular college to help you build in those colors. And that means that when you sign up, you're also picking which college. So some of those slots tend to fill up faster when people are like, oh, I want to be Silver Quill or Witherbloom, and they decide those are the most popular ones.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dragonstorm. Whenever Tarkir Dragonstorm came out, we had the different like dragon clans per se. So yeah, all of those are available on commongroundgames.com. Be sure to get your spots now before they sell out. And we're super excited to see y'all this weekend, and frankly every other weekend, because this shop, it's April, baby. It's getting warm out there, and we've got events going on every single weekend.
And it's a great way to avoid those April showers.
Oh, exactly. April showers bring you to the game store to open some wonderful, pretty cardboard. Well, Jameson, I reckon that's all we had to talk about this week.
Yeah, for this week, we are moving closer to some bigger things in May and stuff like that. So we'll have some more stuff to talk about in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. There's always something going around here at Common Ground Games, your lovely game store right here in Dallas, Texas, 1314 Enwood Road. Be sure to come by, say hi, and remember to keep enjoying your games. Thank you all so much for listening this week, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks.